We all know that in this modern life we live, money is important to maintain a certain type of lifestyle, especially in dating life. However, sometimes money isn't a priority or even a necessity. Here's a list of the top 10 anime where the rich girl falls in love with the poor MC. So, before we begin, remember to subscribe if you haven't yet, and press that bell icon to stay updated of all the new content we're creating. And beware for the following spoilers. 10. 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐽 𝐜𝐴. It starts off like any typical harem ecchi anime out there, with the parents out of the picture and the main characters trying to claw out their way in life. Ren and his sister, when reaching the city after unknown circumstances, are left with almost nothing to their name. It is then that they get taken in by the 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐽𝐸 sisters and are hired in their mansion as butlers. There's a lot of shows out there that have such a similar plot and maid/butler/master situation. But the thing about this show is that it doesn't concentrate much on the harem and ecchi as much as it does on the romance aspect of the show. It is, in a way, innocent. At least the anime as the visual novel is a whole different matter. The character side and the main are all well developed, and in the end of the series, you'll feel a connection towards and wish if there were more episodes to the series. The art is good as well, and the music and story progression are well paced. Looking as it's a short series, they did a good job in fleshing out the characters. 9. 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐸 𝐸𝐴. If wholesomeness and comedy were a person, then they would be this anime series. This show is about the romance of two school sweethearts that each have their own peculiar traits. There's Nakano, the bubbly, funny girl wearing her heart on her sleeve, and she only uses a certain type of paper to relay her thoughts, called 𝐶𝐿. Since she doesn't talk, then there's the main character, Eiji, the delinquent-looking student that everyone misunderstands for the way he acts and looks and fear him. He isn't a bully or a delinquent, he just looks like it. This show is wholesome to watch and is interesting to say the least. The interactions they have together will warm your heart and melt it like ice cream, especially thanks to the funny expressions Nanako makes with her face when flustered, hungry, or anytime. Actually, the faces she makes alone are worth to watch this wholesome show. 8. 𝐵𝐴YO-CHIKI. His mother and sister made him what he is now thanks to treating him as their wrestling dummy. Eventually, he developed a phobia towards all girls to the point that even touching a girl could make him fall unconscious. As if that wasn't enough for the poor guy, things got from bad to worse after the incident that happened in the bathroom, leading him to discover that Subaru Konoe is actually a reverse trap, a girl disguised as a guy. To keep the secret, the daughter of the school principal promised him to help him get rid of his phobia with girls once and for all. And I gotta tell you guys, you don't want to miss it, since that's where all the fun begins. 7. 𝐿𝐻𝐻𝐾𝐳𝑖 ♯ no Himitsu. Haruka is considered to be the most elegant and popular girl in this school, as well as filthy rich. She's a trophy that no one yet was ever able to win or reach. The embodiment of perfection when it comes to beauty, elegance, and radiance. However, she has only one deadly flaw. Deep down, she was a hopeless otaku hiding the secret from all her friends in the school to preserve her reputation as the queen in the school. Her secret hiding days come to an end as the MC stumbles upon her in the library and discovers her secret. He promises to not tell anyone though, and she respects him for that and befriends him. However, like in every high school ever, rumors are bound to spread, especially when the queen is concerned. Will it bring them closer or spread them further apart? Watch and find out. 6. 𝐿𝐻 the Blood. This guy is the luckiest ever when it comes to success rates. First, he was transformed into a vampire coincidentally. Next thing you know, he possesses the most dangerous and most powerful ability when it comes to vampires, making him a #1 threat to the world, though he never showed signs of being hostile in the first place. This guy is paired up with a shaman belonging to the Lion King organization, tasked with observing and reporting him. But what the MC didn't know about her was that she was tasked with another hidden mission as well, which is to neutralize him the moment they feel he has become a threat and out of control. However, we aren't here to talk about that in this list today. We're here to talk about this girl having a change of heart and actually falling head over heels for this MC and his kind nature. Even though others see him as a threat, she sees him as a kind and loving person. 5. 𝐵RINCESS LOVER. This anime is based off the visual novel with the same title, and even though it was a harem ecchi, the anime didn't take that path and direction with the story. The anime decided to concentrate more on two main individuals and their romance, rather than making the endgame raising a harem. The MC, losing his parents, is sent off to live with his grandfather. It was the first time he tasted what it feels like to live the good life since his grandfather was filthy rich. Sent off to the academy to complete his studies, Arima meets the Princess Charlotte and directly falls for her. She falls for him too later on though. The romance between them is so wholesome, and even though there's a lot of large breast scenes and ecchi action, the main concern of the show wasn't the ecchi, it was the relation those two built together in their love story. 4. The quintessential quintuplets. Talk about a rocky start. If you actually see those girls and how they treated Futaro at the beginning of the series, you just wouldn't believe they are the same girls if you see them now. I guess that's what good character development is all about, huh? The first meeting of Futaro with the girls wasn't such a friendly one. Actually, the first couple of meetings were hard for him. But with time, the girls started to open up to him bit by bit, falling for his undeniable charm. In the end, just like Domino Stone's role, each girl has her own personality, charm, weakness, likes and dislikes, which made it even harder for Futaro to get to know all of them and get closer. But he still did it, and all was well with him and the girls eventually. The show has 2 seasons so far, with a third just beyond the horizon, so go ahead and dig in, you won't regret it. 3. Tonikaku Kawaii. After watching this anime, you might want to look for a hot girl and hire a truck to hit you. Of course, you guys have no idea what I'm talking about. Let me explain. This main character was almost run over by a truck one snowy night because all he could see was how beautiful the girl in front of him is. Lucky for him, actually maybe unlucky, since she might have potentially ended his isekai career. Anyway, the charming girl saves him in the nick of time, and his body is fully intact. Other than some bruises and mild bleeding, he was fine. He decided to thank her and confess to her that he liked her. And what would she say in return? She tells him that if he really likes her, they have to get married. And so they do. You see, this show isn't about the story of how to get the girl. He gets her from the episode 1. The whole story is based on their married life and how they deal with its complications each day at a time. The series is episodic in nature and is actually quite wholesome and interesting to watch. Too much for my taste, but I still enjoyed it nonetheless. 2. Bunny Girl Senpai. I bet your first idea that came into your minds would be to ask why the hell is there a girl in a sexy bunny suit in the library and why the hell no one can see her? Well, to put it in simple terms, since I prefer explaining rocket science than explaining this complicated plot, she's invisible because she's suffering from a supernatural disease called adolescent syndrome. The symptoms and effects differ from one another. Some are so dangerous it can cost someone his life, and some aren't that harmful to say the least. Bunny Girl Syndrome, however, didn't only make her invisible to others, it made her appear as if she never existed in the first place. Even her mother forgot about her at one point, and she's a famous star to add to the problem. The only one that saw her was the series MC, Sakuta. Since then, they decided to team up to help others with the syndrome as well as curing their own ones. 1. Kaguya-sama, Love is War. She is the daughter of a very wealthy family, in love with her fellow student Shirogane Miyuki. But calling their love story simple is like calling rocket science a piece of cake. Their relation is one of 2 stubborn bulls trying to win over the other, not with brawns, but with wit and tactical planning. You see, they both know that they're fond of each other, but none of them is willing to admit it before the other, hence the beginning of the love wars. They are both the A students of their school and the smartest and most dangerous. The mind games they use in their tactics and plans are equivalent to the rivalry that L and Light had, minus the killing, of course. They won't give up easily and won't relent until the other admits defeat. This show will be intense, to say the least, and will keep you on edge waiting to see what happens next and burning with excitement to know what the next episode will bring with it. It is a series truly worth all the praise it receives, so go watch it if you haven't yet. And with this, we conclude our video. If you enjoyed this list, I want you to smash that thumbs up button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe and press that bell icon to keep you notified of all our new videos. Also, I'd appreciate if you'd go ahead and check out my rap channel. The link will be down below in the description. Also, comment down below on the anime you like the most on this list, and if you're planning to watch any of them. And if you have any suggestions, place them in the comments as well. Until next time, see ya!